5 on your side at 10 starts now.
The frigid air is moving in overnight. The nose-numbing wind chills you can expect at the bus stop Thursday morning.
Tonight, the Arctic blast raising the temperature on dangerous cold concerns.
We will continue to fight the temperatures.
The citywide blitz to help those without a warm place to go, plus the warning before you step out the door in the morning.
Anywhere where you still have slushy, snowy, will probably still be slick, or will be even slicker in the morning.
5 on your side starts now with a weather impact alert.
Right now, some flurries are flying as the temperature is around freezing, but by the time you wake up in the morning, wind chills will be hovering around 0. That's why tomorrow is a weather impact alert day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush. Kelly Jackson has the night off. We have live weather impact alert team coverage tonight on how St. Louis are preparing for the coldest temperatures so far this season. First, let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell, who's tracking how quickly those temperatures will drop.
And they will drop, and they'll do so very quickly overnight, Mike, especially after 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then we're down tomorrow morning in the teens, and we will have a breeze. The gustiest part of that wind is during the overnight hours, but there's still going to be a pretty stiff breeze early, which means our morning wind chills, in some cases, especially from St. Louis north, could be close to 0. Hats, gloves, coats, you're going to need that winter wear. You're saying, well, it's not that bad out there right now. 33 in Edwardsville, 34 in Wildwood. No, the really cold air hasn't arrived yet. Look at Kirksville, it's 15. Des Moines, Omaha, single digits there. We still have some clouds around. By tomorrow morning, most of those are gone. Couple of snow flurries perhaps, but nothing substantial. This is the big deal. It's those cold wind chills tomorrow morning. Single digits around St. Louis, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Pretty close to 0 for some of us at times. And then by lunchtime, we get back into the double digits. We may struggle though, especially where there's still some decent snow on the ground, to see those temperatures tomorrow afternoon actually climb above 20 degrees. Now, while you're looking at the radar and you're seeing some returns here, we're not thinking most of this is, if any, is really reaching the ground. We've been looking at all the MoDOT traffic cameras out there and really having a hard time finding any snowflakes on there. So there may be a few scattered flurries. Not going to be a problem for travel. 19 degrees where we will be at 6 with that wind chill around 6 or 7 degrees. We drop to 15 by 8 o'clock. Cold, cold Thursday morning, Mike.
And with overnight flurries possible in parts of our area, MoDOT and St. Louis crews have been out pre-treating the roads. This is any precipitation still out on the streets could refreeze when you hit the road in the morning. 5 on your side's Brent Solomon is live in the Weather Impact Storm Tracker with a look at what you need to look for. Brent.
Well, Mike, we've been out on the roads all evening monitoring conditions for you. The good news, most of the roads are all clear of the snow. Much of it is melted and then run off of the roadways. That's on both streets and interstates. But you still need to be aware of those slick spots when you're heading out in the morning.
Who could forget the fiasco on streets and interstates Monday afternoon?
Oh my God, it is horrible out here.
My wife, it took her 2.5 hours to get home from DePaul Hospital.
How much would it normally take her?
Oh, about 30 minutes.
After crashes and spinouts on Missouri interstates, we learned MoDOT did not pre-treat roads because it thought the snow was coming later in the day. Fast forward to 2 days later, MoDOT telling 5 on your side in an email, crews are working Wednesday evening and through the night. It did not respond to our request for an interview.
The key is always, if you can pre-treat, you pre-treat.
St. Louis Streets Commissioner Kent Flake did. He says the city pre-treated roads Monday morning, but only got halfway through due to that early snowfall. He showed me the some 150 requests for snow and ice removal that have come in for neighborhood streets over the past several days. City crews have responded to nearly all of them, and snow on most of St. Louis side streets have all melted.
The ones that see sun. The east-west running streets don't see a lot of sun because you have houses on the south side of the street that kind of block that sun most of the day. Even a lot of them melted off today.
Melted and run off of the road. Good news for Thursday's bitter cold, but that doesn't mean drivers are totally in the clear. Refreeze will still be an issue.
Anywhere where you still have slushy, snowy, will probably still be slick, or will be even slicker in the morning.
All right, let's go ahead and give you a live look now. We are on I-64 headed into downtown with some flurries possible overnight. I've learned about 45 street workers for the city are on standby to respond just in case there's accumulation. Flake telling me the name of the game here is just to be prepared. I'm live. Brent Solomon, back to you.
Right now, St. Louis City is operating under a Code Blue emergency plan. Emergency shelters like Peter and Paul and Biddle will stay open through 9 o'clock Friday morning, offering hundreds of beds. Bi-State Development is also offering free shuttles to shelters for those who need them. If you or someone you know is vulnerable in the cold right now, you can call the United Way at 211. Tonight, 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend continues our live team coverage with a look at how groups and churches are doing what they can to help the unhoused and May 16th tornado survivors stay safe during this dangerous cold. Robert.
Hey, Mike, in a matter of hours, the frigid temperatures will grip our area. Community leaders I talked to want to make sure everyone, especially those in need, are warm and have a hot meal. Forecasters say come Thursday, below freezing, bitterly cold temperatures will hit the bi-state.
We are here precisely for moments like this.
And that's why Angel Flores and his team with 314 Oasis will be on their familiar front line.
The Oasis specifically is here Monday through Friday.
Right after the May 16th tornado, former Barnes Jewish Hospital trauma surgeon Dr. L.J. Punch co-founded 314 Oasis in Fountain Park. Their outreach hub in the parking lot of storm-battered Centennial Church started passing out donated food, hygiene kits, and other necessities to hundreds of people hit hard by the tornado. Now, their mission?
Whenever temperature dropped, we would have the area as best as possible to serve the community.
Serve and help hundreds more survive the cold.
We have heaters going on, we have tents so people can protect themselves from the element. We also have a fire pit that goes all day long for people that need it.
It's a blessing.
Carmelita Goolsby received some much needed items. She and her mom's home was damaged in the tornado.
I think it's great and that we all should appreciate what they're doing.
A few miles away in the Ville neighborhood in North City,
our church just wants to do its part.
Hope Nation International Church is using its City Hope St. Louis nonprofit to help unhoused men and women when the temperature drops.
A warm, safe place to sleep, blankets, pillows, toiletries. We do have showers available as well. We provide hot meals if we're open 24 hours, 3 times a day.
This is our community and it is our responsibility to show up for them as best as we can.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
And remember, you can get the latest on this weather impact alert anytime on our free 5+ streaming app. Just search for KSDK in your smart TV's app store. And you can also text the word weather to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you the latest forecast straight to your phone. We're following a developing story tonight out of South St. Louis County at the Ulta Beauty Store off I-55 and Lindbergh. That's where a car drove straight through the front window and ended up all the way into the store. This happened about 3 hours ago. No one was hurt. The driver told police their foot slipped off the brake and onto the gas pedal. New at 10, the lawyers for embattled St. Louis Sheriff Alfred Montgomery want the state of Missouri to foot the bill for transporting him to and from court. 5 on Your Side has obtained court documents showing the U.S. Department of Justice is charging the sheriff's office more than $6,800 for 5 days of transportation. Montgomery is being held on a federal witness tampering charge. Last month, a separate state trial was held in the Missouri Attorney General's effort to permanently remove him from office. The judge is still weighing his decision on that matter. Tonight, the Missouri State Auditor's Office is accusing the Francis Howell School District of impeding its investigation into the $230,000 payout made to a former superintendent. Dr. Mike Dominguez resigned over the summer before he even worked a day for the district. The school board was served a subpoena this week to turn over information. A school spokesperson tells 5 on Your Side the district's legal counsel had some confidentiality concerns and now plans to provide all the requested documents by the end of the week. Tonight, the owner of a popular pizzeria in Maryland Heights is taking us inside the devastation just hours after a fire destroyed his family business of 55 years and decades of memories.
What's not burnt is covered in water and just destroyed.
Sarah's Pizza has been located near the corner of McKelvey and Creve Coeur Mill Road since 1970. Then Sarah believes the fire may have started near an outlet in the kitchen. He fears the restaurant could be a total loss, a fear shared by legions of loyal customers, including the firefighters who responded to the scene.
It's a big devastation. I mean, it supports 4 and 5 families and lots of other people that have worked here for years, that it's going to be out of a job now for probably months.
This is one of our longest standing businesses here in the district. It's family owned. They're really good people. We feel terrible that this has happened to them.
The Sarah family expects to be closed at least 6 months while they rebuild. The fire remains under investigation.
A new road reality coming to St. Louis. The taxis where you'll be a backseat driver. Following the Flame, the long journey to Milan set to begin in just a few hours. Plus, signing day.
I'm a testament to what CBC has done for our players.
The St. Louis high school football talent announcing their game plan for college.
The coldest air so far this season is only here for about 30 hours. When it leaves and why near average temperatures remain elusive into the weekend.
A live look at the U.S. Capitol tonight, where just hours from now, a bipartisan group of lawmakers plan to unveil a plan to prevent massive spikes in health care premiums. Republican Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri is urging his party to reach a deal.
Nothing costs more than health care, and the price of it continues to go up and up and up. So let's cut taxes on health care, and let's start with working families. Let's do it immediately.
According to sources, the 2-year plan includes a 1-year extension of the Enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies. The lawmakers want a vote to take place by December 18th. The subsidies are set to expire at the end of the year. Buckle up, a new taxi service is coming to town, and they'll hit the road with no one behind the wheel. Today, Waymo announced its electric autonomous cabs will hit city streets beginning next week. However, at first, there will be humans behind the wheel just to help the cars map out the area. No date has been set when the self-driving robo-taxi service will officially launch. And drivers have a reason to be merry this holiday season. AAA says the nationwide average for a gallon of regular gasoline dipped below the $3 mark this week for the first time since 2021. And analysts predict the trend will carry over into the new year.
You've got high supply, lower demand, you've got a lower gasoline blend that's cheaper to produce. You combine all of that, you're going to get lower gas prices.
Missouri drivers are paying below the national average at $2.75 a gallon. Over in the Metro East, drivers are still paying a little more than $3 per gallon. In about 2 hours from now, the Olympic torch relay will start in Rome, Italy. For the next 2 months, the Olympic flame will make its way through the country, ending at the 2 host cities. This will be the 4th time Italy will host the Olympics. In tonight's Journey to Milan Cortina, Matt Renew shows us the torch and the Winter Games have a long history in Italy.
In Cortina, Italy,
people during the Olympics will be mainly seated on the long side.
Giacomo Colli,
I'm born in Cortina, raised in Cortina,
says the last time Cortina hosted the Winter Olympics in 1956, his grandfather carried the Olympic torch.
My grandfather is the only person alive who carried the Olympic torch in 1956.
70 years later, Cortina and Milan are hosting the 2026 Winter Olympics, and a new torch will be passing through town.
We will unify all Italy to talk about the Olympics.
2026 Olympic Director of Ceremonies, Maria Laura Lasconi, says the torch will start in Greece.
Then the flame will go around Greece for some days.
Then travel all over Italy, stopping in more than 60 cities over 2 months.
For 63 days, we will bring the flame everywhere to create the passion and attention to the games.
And include thousands of torchbearers.
More than 10,000 torchbearers passing the flame.
On a journey through Italy that eventually will end up at the San Siro Stadium for the 2026 Olympic opening ceremony in Milan.
We will arrive on the 6th of February in this stadium to light the cauldron.
And once again, include Cortina.
And the first Olympics here in Cortina really changed the lives of people from Cortina.
Where Giacomo says his grandfather would once again love to have a chance to run.
I know for sure that my grandfather is applying again.
With the Olympic torch.
He wants to carry also the Milano Cortina 2026 one.
Lucky enough to carry the torch in 1996 and 2002 when it came through St. Louis. It was quite an honor. The opening ceremony for the Milan Cortina Olympics is Friday, February 6th. You can watch it right here on 5 on Your Side. And the road to Milan comes through St. Louis next month when Team USA will be selected during the U.S. Figure Skating Championships at Enterprise Center. At the same time, junior and novice skaters will compete at Centene Community Ice Center in Maryland Heights. Tickets are now on sale for those sessions. We have a link in the As Seen on TV section on KSDK.com. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell rejoins us now with the weather impact forecast and that temperature going down.
Yes, it is. And by tomorrow morning, it's bitter cold across the area. We'll be down into the teens. Not that we haven't been there before, but tomorrow morning we get the wind to go with that. So wind chills will be down into some territory we haven't seen for a while. 5 degrees below zero is about the coldest we'll see up to the north of St. Louis, but upwards of 10 degrees in a few places. Look at the next 7 days here. You really see that this stands out as the coldest day. But what you also see going into the weekend is that it's not an especially warm weekend. The average high this time of year is 48 degrees, and we're still in the upper 30s here going into the beginning of the weekend, and it cools off on Sunday. We'll talk more about that weather system coming over the weekend in a few minutes. First of all, out the door tomorrow morning, your wind chills. They're going to be a bit brutal here, down into the single digits, close to zero, between 6 and 8. And then by the time we get to lunchtime, we are back into the double digits, but cold all day long, especially if you've got to be outside for any amount of time. Radar pictures have been showing a little bit of light snow trying to develop. The air near the ground is simply too dry. The really cold air is up to our north, and that's what's coming in to the St. Louis area overnight. It's 35 degrees still, but the winds have now turned to the north at 9 miles per hour. We are cloudy at the moment. The dew point's going to go down, and so will the temperature. 37 was our high today. We will see temperatures tonight dropping back into the teens. Couple of flurries here and there, nothing substantial. In fact, the radar is markedly unimpressive right now. I know you're seeing that around the center saying, whoa, what is that? Can't find any of that reaching the ground right now as we look at our cameras. There's Lambert, there's Chesterfield. Yes, there may be something aloft. It's having a hard time getting through the dry air. We turned off the clouds, so all you could see would be the snow. It's not there as we go into the overnight hours into tomorrow. We just don't see it on any of the computer models. We're not seeing it on the radar. We don't anticipate it being a problem. All day tomorrow's a cold day, though. Some of us may not get above 20 degrees, especially north. Morning wind chills, again, close to zero, so you'll need the hat, the gloves, the coat, all your winter weather gear heading out the door tomorrow morning to stay warm. Now, after another cold morning on Friday, we do warm up a bit Friday afternoon to 38, and we'll stay in the mid to upper 30s Saturday. But Saturday night into Sunday, there is yet another weather system that will sneak through the area, and that will give us a chance for a little rain. Tomorrow, we don't have any rain or snow in the forecast. It's just cold. Over the weekend, limited amounts of sunshine, and this system looks like it's warm enough that it wouldn't be snow. But if it is, it still won't amount to much as we head into the weekend because your temperatures are going to be a little bit too warm and the moisture is just too limited. We're hopeful that by the middle of next week, we're actually back to about average, at least for a day or two.
Average sounds good right now.
It sure does.
All right, Scott, thanks. Corey is up next with sports.
Well, it's National Signing Day for high school football in St. Louis, and we were all over the area as dreams became reality. Sports is up after the break.
And once again, 5 on Your Side and the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition are collecting holiday gifts for children impacted by foster care. We have thousands of Little Wishes to grant. If you would like to help, just go to ksdk.com/Little Wishes.
This 5 on Your Side sports report is sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. FanDuel is now available in Missouri.
It's the day local football players have been dreaming about since they were little, National Signing Day. When that pen hits the paper, it becomes real. High school dreams turn into college reality. We were all over the area today as the next class of St. Louis standouts made their decisions official.
Let's start in Brentwood. I've never been here for a signing, but Demetrius Thompson wants to change that. The edge rusher is heading to Boston College. and paving the way in Brentwood.
I just put Brentwood on the map. Not saying Brentwood was unknown, but it's a small school. You're not going to be known if you're not a Class 6. Being that person that did it from Brentwood High School just meant it means this much.
Over in East St. Louis, signing day is always a crowded affair. 5 Flyers signed Wednesday, including receiver Cortez Rupert to an on-fire program at Indiana.
I liked it. As soon as I went up there on my official visit, I committed on the spot. Well, the next day after I committed, I didn't check out any other schools. It just felt like home. So, and now that I'm number 2 team, so I'll make the right choice. I'll make the right choice.
At CBC, the Cadets had 5 signees as well, including DB Nick McClellan, who's heading to Kansas State.
Getting a great ball player, honestly. You get guys to come out there, compete every Saturday, try to win a natty. That's our goal.
Down ballast, DeSmet is used to signing day, and their dominant defensive lineman Titan Davis signed to become a Michigan man.
They showed me the love, that I wasn't just another player to come through there. They showed me that I could be really good and, be the next Michigan man, as they say. So that's why I wanted to go there.
Ladue had a duo sign on the line. Linebacker Mason Martin is going to Arizona State and wants more Rams to follow his lead.
Start to show that, Ladue can bring out not just, big wins in state. They can bring out, Division I talent, and, we show that as a public school.
Cardinal Ritter turns out talent with the best of them under Coach Spain. Manny Ellis is bringing his touchdown prowess to Indiana State.
It's just Coach Spain, he doesn't just make great athletes, he makes a great man. All the hard work I put in, all the blood, sweat, tears I put in, it feels like it's all paying off.
Across the river, Nick Hankins showed that the best talent in Illinois can go play for Brett Bielema and the Illini. The Belleville West DB is ready to wear the orange and blue.
It was more so of getting the best opportunity where I know I could play and I know we could win. But knowing that it's real close to home, it's a good feeling.
And those were just the schools we were able to get to today. Congrats to all the players who secured their college futures. Eli Drinkwitz and Mizzou wrapped up signing day with a class rank somewhere between 25th and 35th, depending on which site you choose to look at. Their big St. Louis additions were Edwardsville receiver Devion Hill-Lomax and SLU linebacker Keenan Harris, who will celebrate his signing day tomorrow. The class didn't really pick up for Coach Drink until late this year. Here's his thoughts on evaluating high school talent going forward.
We've always talked about production over potential, and when you're investing money in a product, you want to see that product senior tape. Okay, we like him in June. We'll take June commitments, absolutely. But we're going to reevaluate your senior tape before we send you the offer that you can finalize from your financial, because we want to make sure that you're really who you say you were. And that's how we're going to operate moving forward.
Has not played a
SLU
minute,
goalkeeper Jeremy Abenel was front and center during the penalty kick phase of their win against Bryant, a win moving them into the NCAA quarterfinals. The Billikens are on the road at Akron next and have shown mental toughness in winning 3 of their last 4 games in overtime or PKs.
I think that's actually a strength of us to kind of last these overtime, and we can play basically very long.
Do you guys like those pressure kind of games?
Oh yeah, we do. We love that. We love that.
SLU is trying to get to the Final Four. The WashU women are playing in the Final Four tomorrow, trying to win back-to-back national championships at the D3 level.
We wish them luck. Corey, thanks. A new episode of my video podcast, and there you have it, has dropped on the 5+ streaming app. This week, I sit down with Urban League President and CEO Michael McMillan. You can stream it for free at 10:30 or on demand. Just search for KSDK in your TV's app store. Well, you saw it right here on 5 on Your Side tonight. About 90 minutes ago, they flipped the switch on the Rockefeller Christmas tree in New York City. The 75-foot Norway spruce is covered in 5 miles of LED lights and topped with a 900-pound Swarovski star. This holiday tradition dates back nearly a century. A Missouri family wanted to build a snowman, and they erected a giant. Bob stands more than 17 feet tall in a yard in Kirksville. His base is around 27 feet, and he's topped off with a 50-gallon trash can for his hat. It took the family and their neighbors nearly 3 hours to stack the massive snowballs. And Scott, We have a final check of the weather impact forecast, and we know that snowman will not melt tomorrow for sure.
No, not at all. In fact, it's 14 degrees right now in Kirksville. He's not going anywhere. That's the air that's coming here overnight and a breeze. So tomorrow morning, we wake up with wind chills that will be in the single digits around St. Louis, and it stays bitterly cold most of the day. Highs only in the low to mid 20s. The good news is at least there will be some sunshine, and the wind starts to die down a little bit during the afternoon. That'll lead us into another very cold night tomorrow night and early Friday, because with snow still on the ground for many of us and skies being partly cloudy to mostly clear, it gets awfully cold.
And then we
again.
normalize a little bit.
A bit.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on 5+. Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 5 a.m. Have a great tomorrow and stay safe.